it's a hard position to be in, especially when you're younger, growing up. You don't even know what's going on, and sometimes it takes a lifetime to realize who you're dealing with and why. Hello, today is February 10th, 2020, and the time is 2:45 p.m. In my last video I said I want to discuss what it was like, or what it's like to live with or have somebody in your life, even in a professional capacity, who is mentally unstable. And by no means is this a criticism towards these people. A lot of times these people have had something very traumatic in their life, or a series of traumatic events, and possibly their character cannot let go of it for whatever reason. You know, these people exist, and their problems, whether it be real or perceived, exist. So I just simply want to quickly touch up on that, and it ties into my personal life. I'm going to use two examples like I did in a few videos back with regards to the female who falsely accused myself and a male co-worker, and someone else that has been a part of my entire life, and how there's a parallel there, and how busybodies and glorified busybodies, those people who are in any type of profession, simply believe these people because these people are very convincing. And what is difficult to vet, when these people say something, like they blend in, they present themselves, and usually they end up believing their own story. Where the issue is, when these type of people have they create their own agenda based on believing the world, or the facts, or the history that they created in their mind, and they believe it. And that's why, as I said, busybodies and glorified busybodies are quick to accept what they say because they're very believable. And plus, you know, a lot of these people just simply blend in. You wouldn't know that they had any kind of issues, historical issues or whatever. And again, this is no criticism of these people. And sometimes it takes a lifetime before everything starts to click and you realize what has happened. But here's the problem. When you go on with your life and you think, okay, well, this is behind me. But for these people who experience and believe their delusions, it's completely different. And looking at the female from the December 2012 false allegation, and that's something that she even called it too, and anyway, there's other videos on that. When they have their agenda, and their agenda is some sort of revenge or something, then you don't see it coming until it's too late, and then you have to deal with those repercussions. And there's a saying, I think Mark Twain had said it, it's easier to convince someone of a lie than it is to convince them that they were lied to. And that applies to even people convincing themselves of what they hear someone else saying, or even the person saying it. Somebody says something, they have this agenda to destroy you. It's very devastating. Just like, for example, with the female from December of 2012. Not only did she impact my life, but two former officers, as well as countless of other people. Like it just the whole thing blew apart. Now, part of that is because I did not let it go. I fought for truth and justice, again, not just for myself, but for everyone, particularly men, in these kind of situations. And it ended up costing a lot of people a lot of things, where these people could have just said, in the beginning, right from day one, okay, something, we screwed up, this whole thing's a mess, and it could have been finished, and there would have been no trials, no criminal records, nobody would have lost it would have just been, hushed up. But I mean, that was their choice. And this is an example of how men sell out men, because pretty much everyone that I was dealing with were males, and it was two males who are now former officers who decided to, be white knights and save the day, but they didn't realize what was actually going on. But anyway, I digress. Really, everything in a nutshell is people making uninformed conclusions based on their limited knowledge base. And we see this across any topic. Now, as for having lived with someone with mental illness, not really realizing, being young as a kid, you don't know what's going on. You just kind of bounce with it all, and you take it in. And I think my saving grace was distancing myself. Not having one parent in my life helped, and then distancing myself from the other one. And I guess looking back, based on what that person was going through in their own mind, them feeling abandoned and stuff, which didn't help, and everything just kind of cascaded into whatever. But when you're young or even a teenager, you don't know. You're no matter how much you think you know at that age or whatever, you don't know anything. And it's all about self-preservation and everything. You don't know what's wrong, but there's something wrong. And anyway, you just move on with life. But again, these people, in their own minds, there's a lot of mental gymnastics that go on, and they end up believing stuff and causing a lot of harm in their life. And then there's that love-hate within their own mind for a person, say for a child, and there's that conflict, and they try to cope with that conflict by creating a reality, a history that never existed, and they go about telling other people whatever stories, and then whether it be in a personal capacity with people that they might know or come in contact to, or from a professional perspective, these people are making uninformed conclusions, saying, oh, okay, well, they have no reason not to disbelieve, but, it's just a matter of taking those extra steps to say, hey, well, hang on a second, is there another side to the story? Does this story even make sense and everything? It's very destructive, and these people who are mentally unstable are very destructive, and that destruction can happen over a lifetime, building up slowly, and the person that they've targeted doesn't realize until it's too late what's happening or what has happened. And then there's some confusion, like, where's this coming from? Where's this information? And there's that whole confusion. And again, when you look at mental illness, it is, these things can be learned. It's like it can rub off, and a weaker-minded person will simply slide into that and create their own delusions and stuff and everything else. And it takes a stronger, unique character to overcome that. But anyway, I just wanted to mention how these people impact innocent people's lives. People who just decide to, go on and try to do something. And that's the danger. We see too many people destroying other people's lives via other people. and that's the only power that they have. So I guess the point of all this, we all have to be wary of these type of people affecting our lives behind the scenes, and people who are engaging people who, without them realizing it, are mentally unstable. They just can't take things on face value. So I guess that's what I'm kind of getting at with sharing this little short video. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share.